Welcome back to the channel, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know if I'm going to drop these videos. And I am Cherelle, and this is Healing Conversations. And tonight, we're going to be talking about watching the company that you keep. One thing I learned, especially from last year, is that you always have to watch the people that you keep around you. A lot of people will come into your life and they make it seem like they have your best interests at heart, that they love you, they care about you, and they really don't. They have a way of coming into your life when they know you're in your darkest hour, they know you're in a dark place, and they make it seem as if they can lift you out that place so they can make you feel better, or they're going to be here for you. But the reality is they don't really care. They just want something from you. I remember in my darkest hours of last year, looking around the room and thinking that I had people in my life who really genuinely cared about me. They didn't. They didn't. They all wanted something from me. And it was like I'm looking around and it's like you look at people and you think that, oh, this is a good person. That's a good person. This is a good person. No, it's not. And you have to really think about it. A lot of people show their motives eventually. I always say that the mask eventually falls off. And when you're in a dark place, you have to look at the people around you. You're going to, A, have people who are going to pretend like they care. B, have people who just want to be nosy, who are laughing at your pain. Or C, you're going to have people who are going to pretend like whatever you're going through is quote unquote not that big of a deal. And you have to look around you and decipher who is really being genuine and who is not. Now, I had people around me who were like giving me tips and advice and telling me, Cherelle, you're going to get through this. It's going to be okay, blah, 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 blah. And I was believing them because I'm like, oh, these people genuinely care about me. They want the best for me. They don't. These people were genuinely in my life because they wanted something from me. But of course, I could not see that at the time. I'm thinking these people genuinely cared about me. They genuinely, wanted what was best for me. I'm thinking these people genuinely were supposed to be there. Most of the men that liked me just wanted sex for me. And that's just to be honest. That's the honest truth, y'all. I'm being blunt about it because it's true. Most of the men that liked me last year just wanted sex. They came into my door, pretended like they liked me, did all the right things, said all the right things until they couldn't hide until the mask fell off. And then they had to reveal their true colors and I saw through them. But most of the friends that I thought I had, they were kind of in and out in 2025. They were like here 1 minute, gone the next, here 1 minute, gone the next. There were people who I had really genuinely looked at as, oh my God, this is a true person in my life who genuinely cares. But the reality is they just didn't. And so one thing I've learned about watching a company you keep, people will always reveal themselves. That's one thing that I've learned through 2025. People cannot wear the mask. One thing my friend taught me is she says, Cherelle, a lot of people are performative. So look at the people you keep around you. They after a while, they can't act anymore. The mask is going to fall and you're going to see them for who they are. There's a particular guy that liked me last year, y'all. And I remember he was so performative and I didn't catch on to it at first until he started doing little things here and there. And it's like he would do little things and say the nicest things and say all these sweet things to me. And then he would like show a different side. Like he would go days and not text me, pop up like nothing happened. Oh, hey, I missed you, blah, blah, blah. Then he would go, oh, he would say something. So he was busy doing this, busy. It would be like 3 or 4 days, mind you, which I thought was weird. And it was like in the beginning, he was performing so well. Oh, I'm this type of guy. I'm that type of guy. I really like you, blah, blah, blah. Telling me all these things like he felt like God had sent him to me and all this BS. And I really was believing him because I genuinely liked him. Until my friend pointed out that Cherelle, he's being performative. You don't see it? And I had to sit with myself and go, Cherelle, this is a performance. He's an actor. And I told him that. I called him out one day and said, you're being performative. Like, you're acting. Like, where's your script? Because literally everything he was doing was not, it was a pattern, but it wasn't a good pattern. And that was a moment I had to realize, like, this person is not for me. I met a lot of people in my life who I had prayed to God about making new friends and meeting new people. And God would bring people into my life and I would look at them and go, God, give me discernment. Give me discernment. Give me discernment. Is this person good for me? Is this person bad for me? Because a lot of times I just could not tell. And God would give me these signs and he was telling me, Cherelle, this person's not for you. It's not for you. But because I was so caught up in my own mind frame, I was literally believing that these people were for me. And even though God would give me little signs and hints and say, Cherelle, no, I still would keep them around because they were good at acting and I believed everything they said to me. But I have learned when you really go through something, you got to look at the people around you because a lot of people are just good actresses or good actors and they really can play that role. And I think a lot of times when you're going through anything like anxiety, depression, breakups, whatever you're going through, like maybe job loss, whatever, you have to have good people in your corner, people who genuinely do care about you. And I'm going to give you some signs to look out for when you bring somebody into your life. The biggest thing that you need to look at is, does that person have God in them? I don't care if it's a friendship, relationship, whatever. Do they have God in them? Because I'm telling you now, if they don't have God anywhere in them, they're not for you. I'm going to tell you, I don't want nobody around me who don't have God in them. I don't care if you're my friend or whomever, or relationship, whatever. If you come around me and I know you don't have God in you and I can't feel God in you, you don't talk about God, you don't pray, you're not somebody I want in my circle at all. I found myself a lot of times talking about God with people. People would either act like they knew God when they didn't, or they would. I had someone who was acting like, oh yeah, I go to church, I read my Bible, I do this and that and the third. And as I'm getting to know this person, I'm like, wait a minute. But their behaviors were not exhibiting that as time went on. And so to me, if I'm looking at you and I'm seeing that this is who you are and this is the kind of behaviors you're giving me, I don't want you around me, period. Because you're not being genuine, for one. And two, it's not who you are. You can tell a good person when they genuinely don't want anything from you. Two is they don't want nothing from you. A good person does not want anything from you. They don't want nothing from you. All they want to do is pour into you. They want to give you love. They want to give you care. They want to give you advice. They want to be there for you. And they're not asking for nothing in return. And I mean nothing. They don't want your money. They don't want your body. They don't want anything from you. Nothing. They probably won't even take food from you because they're just there because they genuinely do care about you. And that's why I talk about it's so important to find people in your life who, when you're in your darkest hour, who genuinely care about you. And a third thing is you will look at that person and you can feel their energy. I always tell people energy is everything. If somebody walks into a room, I can feel their energy right in the room. I've hung out with people and I can feel their energy and I can feel their energy. And you can feel bad energy or good energy. And to me, it's so important to make sure that that person's energy radiates, that it radiates off of them, that you can feel the good energy. Because I tell people all the time, like, your energy is everything. Your energy is everything. The energy you bring into the room. If you bring negative energy in the room, it's going to be negative. If you bring positive energy in the room, it's going to be positive. But people can feel it off you by the moment you open your mouth, how you carry yourself, your mannerisms. Like, it's so easy to tell. And it's like, look at that energy. You can always tell you have a good person in your life, especially if they're willing to pray for you. That's another one, guys. Not only do they have God in their life, but they want to pray for you. They're willing to, and I mean, not just say, hey, I'm going to pray for you and not do it, but they actually pray for you. Or they actually say, hey, let's go to church together. Or I'm going to, what that is a good friend or relationship partner to have in your life because they're going to pray for you. And one thing I've learned is, when somebody is good for your soul, whether it be friendship wise, relationship wise, or whatever, it just, they also, I noticed, this is one thing I look at too, how they treat the people around them. That's a big one I've noticed, especially now in the place I'm in my life. How do you treat the people around you? Are you good to them? Are you mean to them? Do you have a good relationship with your mom, your grandma, your dad? I look at all that because if they don't have a good relationship with nobody, that's not somebody you want around you. That's not somebody who is good for you or you should want to be around, because they don't have a good relationship with nobody, which means they won't have one with you either. I've dated people, even been around people, friends or family members who had horrible relationship with their parents, treated people around them like garbage, and they just weren't good people. And one of the things is, another big one is, guys, I lost count of where I was at, but another big one I want you guys to look at is, are they there for you in your darkest hours? Do they leave your side? Are they there for you? Do they stand by you? Do they listen to you? Do they hear you? Do they understand you? And that's a big one, because the people who stay are always the ones that are meant to be in your life. People who go are not. And I feel like everybody serves a purpose in your life, whether it be for a season, for some people come for a season. Some people come for different reasons. People will come into your life. They might come for a little set season. They might come for a whole year of a chapter. might come for, just one little tiny quarter of your life. But I think that you have to look at that. And I think every person I encountered last year, I learned something from that person. Whether good or bad, I learned a lot about myself in that person and the people that I want to keep around, people that I don't. Whenever I pray to God, I always say, God, bring good people into my life who have God in them, who are positive, who are grateful, who have gratitude. I always say bring people who are uplifting and positive, because that's what you want to surround yourself with. And that is one of the most important things that you will ever do in this lifetime, is be around people who are good for your soul and who speak life into you. That's one of the biggest things. If somebody can speak life into you, you know it. And I will always say this: you can tell when God has sent somebody in your life. It's gonna show. You don't have to second guess. There's no chaos. There's no confusion. That friendship is gonna just go smooth. That relationship is gonna go smooth because God sent that person for a reason. And you will finally get to experience what it's like to have a good friend or a good boyfriend or a good girlfriend, and you will enjoy that because there's no more messiness. I feel like everybody in my life last year brought nothing but chaos and mess, and I was just caught up in the middle of all that. And another thing I want to guys, if you talk to somebody and they don't respect your boundaries, cut them. That's another person who, when I say you got to watch, you surround yourself with people who don't respect your boundaries, don't need to be in your space, because they're not good for you. Your boundaries are everything. And if somebody who likes you or loves you or is a good friend to you or whomever, they are going to respect your boundaries. And if they don't, cut them off. And, one thing I can say is that when I was really in my darkest hours, the main people who were there for me were my parents. My parents, I have to shout out to them fully, because they were really there for me in my darkest hour. Like, nobody was there for me like my parents. And that was the beauty in it. When I looked around the room, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the main people that held me down, that uplifted me, was my family and God. That was it. My family and God, those are the people that uplifted me, that kept me strong, that pulled me through everything I went through in 2025. Those are the people that I could look at and go, they don't want nothing from me. They're not using me. They genuinely love me. Okay? And I did have a few friends. Shout out to the few friends, I can't talk. The few friends that I did have. The few, I can't talk, friends that I did have that were just beautiful. That sat on phones with me, listened to me cry, that really heard me. Shout out to you. And those were the people that just really, I knew God had kept these people in my life for a reason. And that was the beauty in it. The beauty of it is, but I always tell people, watch the company you keep, watch people you keep around you, because that will also determine how your life is going to be and how things will go in your life. Because if you don't have good people around you, your life is not going to be the way that you want it to be. It's not. It's going to continue to go left. There's going to be no right, because you don't have the right people around you to make your life go right. And I think that's why I said, again, I've learned so much of the people that I keep around and people that I want in my life in general. Because people who are not good for your soul should not be around you. They don't bring if they're not bringing value to your life, the biggest thing is they don't bring peace into your life, they got to go. Cut them. Peace is everything. Your peace is everything. I always tell people that do not ever not keep your peace for other people. Always keep that peace. And so that's why the people I had around me did not bring peace. They brought chaos and confusion and everything else, and so they shouldn't have been in my life to begin with. So watch the company you keep and look at the people you bring around you, friendship-wise, relationship-wise. Even look at some of your family members, because some of them may not be genuinely a good person. Just because they're family does not mean anything. And you have to be cautious of all these things, because we don't realize people can bring you down. They can bring you all the way down, and they don't care that they brought you down to the floor and you got to lift yourself back up. They don't care. They will just drop you there and leave you. They will drop you there and leave, and they won't care. Those people like that don't have nothing to lose, so they don't care. That's why I say it's so important to watch you keep around you, because the people you keep around you, that speaks volumes about the kind of person you are too, to a certain extent, because the company you keep speaks volumes, right? And like people always say, misery loves company. Somebody who's miserable is going to love your company, because they don't want to be miserable by themselves. So why not bring you into the mix, make you miserable too, right? And it's not a nice thing, but they don't care. And so I always say, just watch the company you keep. Have people around you who are genuine good people, who uplift you, who make you feel good, and people who don't want anything from you. But that's lessons that I've learned in 2025, you guys. And I'm gonna try to put all this on the screen for you guys. I'm trying to give y'all like a little list of things on my screen if I can. About watching the company that you keep. But thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell and be notified when I drop these videos. I will see you guys soon in the next video.